Okay, motion by Billy,
I'll second.
second by Steve. Motion by Billy, second by Steve to accept tonight's agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of past minutes.
I'll make a motion to.
Okay. Motion by Dave,
Second it?
second by Billy to approve tonight's minutes, or, excuse me, last month's minutes.
There you go.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second by Billy. Okay. Financial report has not changed. Motion by Billy, second by Steve. In favor of accepting the financial report, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comments. Anybody in the audience would like to make a public comment? Keep it to 3 minutes again, no personal attacks, and polite commentary, please.
Mike Dudzinski, live at N7911 Union Street, Ripon, Wisconsin, owner of 412 Washington. I'm just going to state that tonight over the Little White Schoolhouse, which I just want to let you know that it will never meet national standards in its current location. It was moved to a 5-lane highway, which basically says right in the national park literature that that is not going to be acceptable to them. So if you ever want it at national level, you would have to say no to it, because you cannot accept something that's going to, I mean, it's not going to make national. 3 points, it doesn't meet criteria. And I mean, people have said there's exclusions. Well, it says that it has to meet the environment. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Oh, okay.
Kayla Dudzinski. Again, I live at N7911 Union Street and own 412 Washington Street in the city of Ripon. I guess I'm just really disappointed that this committee did not go the entire way and get the county's approval to have the that would need the criteria to move it. I mean, I find it ridiculous that the slogan of our city is that we are the birthplace of the, and yet this committee and the city of Ripon did not go through the proper channels in order to get it approved by the county to have all the like this meeting like I have in the past, and so I don't have my ideas as clearly out there as I want to, but you guys had everything approved other than going to the county and having them designated as a property that can't be changed and or moved or anything like that. And again, I don't think that this is the proper place for it. I think that it should be in a more serene environment, that there's plenty of places around town that I can think of that would work with that, but where that is horrible. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't plan on saying anything, but I guess I will.
Oh, okay. It's open.
Yep.
I'm James Conkle. I live at 509 Washington Street. And I just want to agree with everybody so far, and the proper way. I brought along a footnote that I would like to present to the committee. It's from the former mayor, Dave,
We have.
Yeah, we have it.
suggestion.
He stopped by my house and made sure I had
Oh, you
some,
all got one?
just in case you didn't make it,
Oh, okay.
just so you know.
So you got it?
Yeah, we did,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
just so you know.
That's good. I'll give this to anybody else. Did you get one?
I can take a copy. Thank you.
I think it's a good suggestion, and it kind of lays it out, and whether it would happen or not, that's another story, but we just want to would do something like what he is suggesting in here. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? No, okay. Okay, then we can move on. We have no certificate approved tonight. We can go down to number 8, which is local designation update. And I'm gonna try to explain this the best I can. There's 2 ways we can consider a building or district historically important. One way is locally designated. That is the deed restricted and follows the process in the ordinance. We have a nomination, public hearing, approval by the commission, council approval, and then it is recorded at the Register of Deeds in Fond du Lac County. So when anybody pulls the deed, it's on there that it is a locally designated property. Significant. These properties have local historic value. They are not deed restricted and could be candidates for local designation later on. They also to bring to our attention to assist with preservation efforts. The process to be locally significant is just a vote by the commission, that would be by us, and then oversight of that building or property or district is just advisory and it's not tied to the ordinance. The Watson Street Commercial District, which is the downtown district, and 16 Union Street, which those are the only locally designated district and building that is, is deed restricted. And the others on the list, they're definitely locally significant. Nobody's ever saying that the First Congregational Church or St. Peter's Church is not historically significant. And that's the definition of the local designation and the way we can look at it either way. And it's up to the owner if they want it locally designated, which is deed restricted, or if we can go and we can pick a building and say it's locally significant and we can put it on our list, but it still has the owner doesn't have to come to us for like building permits. Missions of the local designation and the update for that.
The deed restrict, is that anything, we just missed that a long time ago.
Somebody, yes, yes, you're like 07 or 06 or whatever, yes. The deed restricted properties, yes.
And that was brought to,
Yes, I
Okay.
would say the city attorney, yes.
I was a little bit confused by that terminology.
Mhm.
I do.
Right.
Do we
And
need,
there could be people that want, like the owner of 16 Union Street felt strong enough that he wanted it deed restricted. Now, there could be people, 10 or 15 people sitting out there right now that want their home deed restricted. And we're more than happy to do it that way.
just so we can clarify what that means.
That, it goes through, that deed restricted is, it gets nominated to us, We take it to, for public hearing, then we have council approval and we approve it, and then it goes to the Register of Deeds at Fond du Lac County. And that person actually puts on the deed that this is a locally designated historic
Oh, so
property.
it stays with the title?
It stays with,
With the deed? Oh.
with
You
the
have to pay
deed.
for that too.
Yeah, it's like a $30,
Yeah,
I think it's
fee.
$30.
Yeah, it's a
It's not a
$30.
lot, yeah.
And that stays on that?
Oh, yeah.
Transferable?
Yes. And the most important thing with that is, say it's your home and I'm buying your home, when the title, you know, when you're going through all the paperwork and everything, that will pop up before the sale. And if I didn't want that, then I'm gonna say, oh, I'm walking from the sale or whatever. So it's a deed restriction on there.
So it stays?
It stays,
That's it?
yes.
Okay, permanent, like it.
I would think, no, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know if it stays, if somebody can, if there's a process to reverse it
Reverse it.
20 years from now, I don't know, I couldn't tell you that. I don't know how deeds really work.
Yeah, okay. Well, it took years before a woman's name got on a deed.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know we've all had old places, it's always men.
You're right.
And so finally time changed and women do have, you know, that.
Mhm.
So that could be the same.
It could be, I don't, yes.
In the future.
Unless your name was Elizabeth Watson.
This is true.
She had her name on my deed.
Yeah, usually it's the wife of.
Yeah.
It's kinda cool.
Yeah,
Money talk.
Well,
so that's the update on the local designation. And if there's any questions, I'll write them down, I'll pass them along, or,
Yep.
okay. Okay, then we can go to number 9, the Little White Schoolhouse. We had that papers brought to us last month,
Yep.
and what they're applying for is a locally significant designation at 1074 West Fond du Lac Street, if I have, yes, it's right on the paperwork. So, we can discuss that, I think it was a really good application, much more than what, you know, yeah, very thorough. I don't know if you wanna go through this, or if you've all kind of went through it and,
Yeah.
Is there a time limit on doing anything we need to do with that?
with their locally significant designation,
Right.
I don't think there's a, I guess I don't know what your question is.
Well, I didn't know if there's something that we need to, is there anything that we need to do beyond basically what we've got?
No, I don't think so, because what we're gonna do then is just start that list, because we have to go through and that's down a little bit farther.
Oh, when it gets down to,
Oh, maybe I don't have it under this. Shoot. Okay, well, we can't really talk about it, but we're gonna be doing a new list because the college dropped out of the old one, so we're gonna have to go through the whole new list.
Yep.
And we can,
Right.
I'm gonna write that down already for next agenda items, next month. New list.
okay, because, because the Chamber of Commerce owns that building, do we feel like they're obviously not gonna put a lean-to on it or something like that, or a garage or something like that? It's
Correct,
gonna
yeah.
stay the way it is.
Yeah.
So there's really no significance to go all the way around the block to have it.
And I agree with you on that, yes, they're gonna do everything proper. They're still gonna pull
alter it
building
at all.
permits,
Oh, yeah.
and, you know, like, it could be on, like, in this explanation of the locally significant, they also could be on a list for staff, which is Sue Lady, to bring to our attention to assist with preservation efforts. So, if they decide to do some work, they'll pull a permit, she can let us know, and then we can advise them, you know, on what they're planning on doing.
But they can't change it, well, they won't probably change the structure because of the way it is.
Right, exactly.
It's not like a homeowner, even though they're
Correct.
designated something restriction to the building, they can actually do something.
Right, they could if they
Right,
wanted to.
if they wanted
If-
to actually
yes.
do something.
Right, they could if they
Right,
wanted
if
to.
they're in the Chamber of Commerce and they own that building, right, if they're in the Chamber of Commerce.
I don't think, look into the future either.
I don't
also,
think they would,
But I can't
so-
look into the future
The
either.
choice we have is whether they go deed restricted or not, choice we have.
Well, their application is for locally significant.
Right.
Well, their application for locally significant.
Right.
And that would be our vote to approve that locally significant or not approve that locally significant or not approve that locally significant. But it's a good.
That's, I don't know if we have an answer. Hopefully you do. The code of ordinances, there's a designation criteria. The code of ordinance, it doesn't say for which. It doesn't say. And I never really saw anything in the ordinance saying which is which. So here we have an application for the local landmark designation, which you're saying is the non-title one.
Correct. They don't want
There's
to-
a different one, that we could use, if they wanted to go the other way.
If they wanted the deed restricted one, yes.
Okay.
Same nomination papers or form and everything.
So
Same
everything's
nomination
the same.
papers, same, yeah, form and everything. Same nomination papers, same, yeah.
So we're still gonna use the same criteria. So we're
I would say
still gonna
yes.
use
The
same
the criteria in the ordinance would definitely be for the locally designated deed restricted. That's what we'd have to follow if they wanted.
History of the nation, state, or community. Of the nation, state, so that's kind of a slam dunk here.
Yeah, it meets, that definitely meets that
Yeah.
criteria. And that meets,
So-
that definitely meets that.
I'll make a motion to
criteria, and that
approve.
meets- that definitely meets.
I'll make their application.
Okay, let me get the right letter, okay. Motion by Dave. Motion by Dave to approve Little White Schoolhouse application. Approve Little White Schoolhouse. Is there a second? Little White Schoolhouse. Is there a second?
I suppose I'll take the second.
Okay, second by Matt.
Second.
Okay, second by Matt. Okay, second. Any discussion? Or any more discussion? Any discussion?
We all feel safe, it's not gonna be altered at all. We all feel safe. The way it is, besides the location was altered, we all feel safe. The way it is, besides, hopefully by doing this, it'll help, hopefully by doing, get it nationally designated again. I know that there was some criteria that was brought up. I don't know, there's a lot of buildings that they move a long ways away, and they're still on the national, or they're gonna be on the national register. So, I mean, they move them from state to state. So-
Yep.
Gonna reapply also.
Mhm.
So, anyway, we feel sorry for the building itself or anything. I feel confident about it.
Good, thank you.
I feel confident.
Any more discussion? Any more discussion? Okay, there's a motion by Dave, a second by Matt, to approve the Little White Schoolhouse locally significant 1074 West Fond du Lac Street. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All in favor say aye. Motion carries. Opposed? All in favor say aye. Motion carries. On number 10. And this is something that we should just discuss if we want to do this or not. Draft a letter to the Chamber of Commerce supporting their move. To the Chamber of Commerce supporting their move. It might be, I mean, since we just approved their move, it might be, locally significant. It might help in, they could send that letter to the federal, Park Service. It's just another letter of approval that says the city, letter, the City of Ripon's Historic Preservation Commission approves, the City of Ripon's Historic Preservation Commission approves. And I'm open to any conversation on it, anybody wants to draft a letter, or has any ideas on how they would like to write it. Draft a letter, or has any ideas on how they would like to write
The
it.
Historical Society, which I'm part of their board, you know, Matt is, we've already done that,
Okay,
and sent us approval, we've already done that.
okay,
And sent us approval,
okay,
and the reason was because it is a historical site in the city of Ripon, because a lot of the people that were on that board, very important to them, having this commission and having historic designation in this commission areas, and having in the past, in this commission areas. No, we felt confident enough that that was, no, we felt appropriate, confident enough that that was.
do we want to, if we're in agreement, do we want to, if we're in agreement, sketch out a letter right now? Something simple, or?
Well, we could bring it back to the next meeting if you'd like to do that.
Sure.
We can bring it back to the next meeting. I know that we had to
We-
word,
Yeah, let's, a few words here and there that
word,
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah, let's,
you know,
Okay.
a few words
so
here and there that we.
Word,
Yeah.
Smith.
We probably can like, we can probably get a copy of that letter.
Don't word it, you know, and that's excellent,
Well, the conception of, writing a letter, and then we'll bring it back next, writing a letter, with something, we'll bring it back next,
I'll make a motion that we do that.
Okay. Motion by Steve,
I'll second it.
second by Dave. Okay, there's a motion by Steve that we approve a letter for the Chamber of Commerce supporting their move, second by Dave. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, number 11 is the State Historical Society meeting, and I don't have any information on that.
It's in October.
Oh, well, that's more than what I know
I
then.
think it's in
October.
October.
Okay,
Yeah, it is.
I'm just gonna leave it on,
And it's in La Crosse,
okay,
if I remember right. I'll try to remember, I just put something together and I'll bring it, kind of show
Okay.
everybody what it is.
I will write you down.
If
Dave
you write me
will-
down that I'm gonna do it, and I'll get the.
Then you'll see it.
Then I'll be,
yeah.
oh, yeah, I gotta do it, okay, and then
Bring info.
I'll bring some info on it.
In the
Okay.
past, we used to approve money for that too, for people to go with that.
Sure, I think
So
we should
it's
do that
appropriate,
again, yeah.
because there was a report that, generally you read back to the
Okay,
group, so we're all informed of any new ideas or changes.
okay. Well, good, then I'll have that on the next month's agenda, and then Dave will give us whatever information he has. Number 12, election of officers. I just think we should do a chairman, vice chairman, and secretary, please.
Well, I make a motion that John retain his seat as chairman.
Second,
It's not the way I wanted it to go.
Well,
Motion, well, that is fine, I'm not, yes,
Okay.
I'll accept it, yeah.
okay,
Motion by Steve, second by Dave. For John Split, chair. Okay, motion by Steve, second by Dave, for John Split, myself to remain chairman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion that Matt Koski be the vice chairman.
I'll second that.
You can decline if you want, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I never miss a meeting, so
Yeah.
don't worry.
There's only 5 of us here.
I know,
Everyone passed.
Congratulations. And then this is gonna be the tough one.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna be the tough one. And then this is gonna be the tough one. And then this is gonna be the tough one. And then this is gonna be the tough one.
Open spots, and I think
We do,
there's some people that wanna be on this commission,
yeah.
that were formerly on the commission, that really love to take notes.
Oh, okay.
So
We-
hopefully we can get an approval.
Get me those names and I'll get them to the mayor tomorrow.
Yeah.
Steve Hollenbeck,
Well, Dave Gray.
Dave Gray.
Dave Gray told me.
Dave Gray and.
He thought he
Steve.
was back on.
I asked both of them, talk to
Yeah.
them,
He never
And
heard
who?
and
nothing.
nobody.
He never heard anything from
And
him.
then
the
there's
sec-
Ron Silver,
Yeah.
And then
Who
we
was
had
the
Ron.
second, who was the second one?
Dave
Yeah.
Gray.
This is why I don't take notes.
Well, you're left-handed, that's why.
I know.
So even if it was beautifully written, it won't be beautifully written after a little bit.
Smear it out.
And Ron Silver.
Ron Silver?
Yeah.
Isn't that an actor?
He's right behind
He's
you.
right behind
You asked
He
him.
might be an actor.
I act sometimes, but
Are you an actor?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you remember him? He was an actor, right?
Ron Silver,
Yeah.
with a V though, not a B.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Oh,
Oh, you're a B.
I'm a B.
Silver.
And you're taking the minutes?
I know, see, that's why.
secretary.
Between hearing and spelling?
Unless you guys can think of any other nominees, because we only have two positions, I believe that would be
Yeah, I
open.
think
That's
that's
what I
good.
wondered, have we?
Because we haven't contacted, Eric Polash, and he hasn't been here for
No. And I
a
could, I
long,
could
long
call
time,
Eric.
and actually, by our bylaws, it kinda eliminates him.
Oh, absolutely. Just evac-
So, not that we don't like him,
Yeah,
because I
if
like
you're not
Eric,
here,
he's
you're
my
not
neighbor.
here.
Mhm, yeah,
Just not-
he's
But no.
busy, he's just got
He's
other
just busy, he's got
obligations.
lots
Yeah.
of kids.
Okay, so we elected a chair and a vice chair. Next month, I'll bring that back, election of officers, and we'll elect a secretary next month. If that's okay with everybody?
Yep.
Okay, the next meeting date, August, I think, 2nd, but I'm gonna look. And if there's anything on, that you want on the, agenda, if you can think of it right now, let me know. It will be Wednesday, August 2nd. 6:30.
I'd just like to have a discussion on cleanup for
Barn?
the stable.
Okay.
Yep, set a date for that. Much
Yes,
cooler.
please. Yeah,
Do we also, on the agenda, do we have any more information on the signage and where all that went?
I don't know, I passed it all
Yeah,
off to
passed.
Matt, Matt's been working on it. And
Okay.
There's a lot of
Sorry,
work
Matt.
there, it's not,
Yeah.
I
it's
just
not one of
didn't,
those things where you can just say,
Yeah.
rubber stamp it, because,
Yeah, and since we had Pat, who was like had basically an atomic power plant in and of herself to be able to kind of do this, it's like trying to figure out, okay, now, where was this?
So, do you think you'll have any, or should I leave it off?
Maybe leave it off because the other second thing is I'm not sure if I'll be at we're going to Minnesota that
Okay.
week, and then it could, if our vacation goes 1 or 2 more days over, then we wouldn't be here for the meeting.
Okay, okay. Okay, I have the new list of properties, locally designated and locally significant that I'll have for next month.
Okay. And then
And,
we'll have voted for this on the council too, for the Little White Schoolhouse, right?
no,
they have to have
that,
a public hearing first, don't they? Oh, no,
no,
this they don't
this,
have.
this does not.
No,
We
the
don't.
next, if it was deed
Deed
restricted, then they
restricted,
have. to.
yes, we'd have the nomination, the public hearing, council approval.
right.
Yes, so this one is
So
fine.
This one's done.
This one is done,
Yep,
yep.
okay.
Okay, anything else for next month's agenda?
I, do we want to bring what Dave brought in and discuss that on the next agenda? Has anybody, have we looked that over? Do you want to?
I haven't
think it's
even really,
covered. I think we covered it today.
Okay.
If you look at his suggestions on the bottom here, it's pretty much covered with the 1, 2, 3, 4.
We could bring it back, so
We can bring it back, Phil.
Okay, so that would just be, letter, discussion of letter from Dave Gray? Is that what you want, Bill?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, if we could, we
Yep.
should.
Hang on to this. Huh?
Because he does have it right down, pretty simple.
Okay, we just need an adjournment.
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
I'll second it.
second by Billy to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries at 7:02.
Anybody want to be on the, join us? Yes.
Second by Billy. I gotta get that written down, okay. I don't wanna forget you.
Grant